He's right, though.
Sorry, Sir Andrew.
And we're not going to solve anything either if you keep omitting things.
Speak for yourself. I'm not the only one doing it.
You'll have to forgive my former student, Miss Santos. He's always been the curious kind. Many people think he's lazy, but it's actually the opposite. I see that hasn't changed.
Oh, really? How is he back when he was your student? I'm sorry, I need to ask. He doesn't talk much about that.
And there's a reason why. Please don't.
Tried to sleep on the first day of class. He didn't repeat it after what I made him do when I caught him. Students like him are the easiest to deal with, once you know what piques their interest. I'd have to say, he's one of the very few who's actually interested in the subject, though. But there was this one time when...
By the end of the conversation, Ash looks like he's praying for the ground to swallow him. He's never been one to talk about himself. Got him. What I know about him are mostly bits and pieces I've gleaned over the years. He's an atrocious singer, he's bad at art, and he has a personal vendetta against mornings. Man, I feel the mornings one, chat, which is funny because I start streaming every morning. Now it feels like he isn't that hard to figure out after all. It's past noon when Andrew has to leave us for another meeting. But before we separate, show him the letter.
Miss Santos, a word of advice. Just keep in mind that when it comes to cases like this, things aren't always what they seem.
Naturally, the mansion and the letter was brought up several times during our talk. Kookade and Gamer God Squad, welcome. Hope you're doing well. And though Ash is right in that Andrew offers a different perspective, he's left me with more questions than answers instead. What is she? What does she want from me? Is she ever going to leave? They all continue to bug me after we left the coffee shop. I didn't even notice when Ash takes a different turn on our way back.
Where are we going? You can drop me off at the park.
Guess. You have 3 chances.
I'm serious, Ash. Where are we going?
He doesn't answer, but shortly he stops his car in front of a small, nondescript food stall, a little ways away from the movie house. If I wasn't paying closer attention, I would have missed it without a doubt. He motions for me to wait as he gets out of his car and walks off in his direction. Sheesh, if you want to buy something, just say it. No need to make yourself look so mysterious. It makes you look more like a dork than cool. The wait isn't long, however. Soon he's walking back holding 2 fish-shaped cones in both hands. Ice cream parfait across to the 2. By the time he's back at the cart, I've given up any effort on trying to figure out what he bought. Now it looks bad. It's actually quite
Here,
cute.
take it.
I had to move my head back a little when he thrust it at me to avoid the ice cream and fruit toppings from ending up on my nose.
What's this for?
What is that? What is that, Chet?
My arm's getting tired. 5, 4, 3, 2.
With a worried glance, I take it off of his hands. Still don't understand why there's a need for ice cream today. Nevertheless, I take a bite. It's actually pretty good. Also, shit on my face because he chuckles as soon as I take another one.
Saw the place open the other day when we watched Zach's movie. Thought I should give it a try. It doesn't seem like a bad place to get food from time to time.
And you're giving me free ice cream because...
Do I need to have a reason?
Yes.
Are you really going to ask
It's a
me
date,
that?
Chet! We're on a date! Here's the thing with Ashton Frey. He does not just treat anyone to free food because he feels like it. He's that much of a Scrooge. No, he even asked me to teach him how to haggle once. Haggle! Of all the people who'd ask me that. I'd have expected such requests from Becca, but Ash, not at all. If I'm going to be honest, he looks a bit constipated with that expression on his face right now. I think he's starting to regret ever buying this.
The other day? The movie with Zach and Rebecca? Rebecca's there, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Anyway, during the movie, we, that's to say, we...
Holy shit, chat, he's reading like me.
Shit. Should have written down something first.
Get to the point, Ashton.
Right. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry for, not getting to the point. I'm sorry for the other day. I got carried away. I said things that upset you. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay? That's all? That's all you're going to say? You're not still angry, are you?
chat.
You didn't have to buy me anything. A simple sorry would have been enough.
I bite into the cone again, a small attempt to keep myself occupied and relieve the heat crawling up my face. It doesn't work, but at least I don't have to look at him. Why am I feeling embarrassed over an apology? I have no idea. It's not like it wasn't called for. They were being mean, especially him, and... in that fraction of a second, it hits me. He skipped his day off, just for today. I should be the one apologizing and thanking him. Silence is an awkward company when I finish our respective snacks. There are words for this. For people like us, for understandings and sentiments like this. Yet in this instance, they won't come. As promised, he drops me off in the park right after, phrases unsaid still hanging heavily in the air. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people lying, leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch the whiff of a freshly trimmed grass. Maybe I should try walking home today to get my mind off things. Try and find the words somehow. I haven't done that
Thanks,
in a while.
Ash, for today.
No problem. Say hi to Rebecca for me.
Yeah, I will.
Even so, I linger. We both do. A mild, humid breeze brings the smell of dried leaves, warmed earth, and a far-off, distant memory. Probably. I could see her definitely being the person that hit it and quit it. A false starts and awkward first meetings. Same place, same people, playing the same parts. Funny how of all the days my brain chooses to remember it now.
Wait, Belle.
Ash exits his card. His strides are unsteady when he approaches me. Or maybe this is his uncertainty showing, I'm not quite sure. He's never looked uncertain to me before. Always calm. Always sure. Always collected. He stops a short distance from me. Close enough that he's within an arm's reach. But just far enough for his voice to be heard over a decent small talk. If this is what this is going to be. He fumbles for something in his pockets.
Here, catch.
The bag lands cleanly on my outstretched hands before it hits the ground. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he responds by shrugging and stuffing both hands back in his pockets. Somewhere to the side, he finds an interesting spot to look at. Sometimes you have to wait, Papa said long ago. For once, this time I listen. His voice is halting, hesitant when he finds it again.
My mom used to make me carry around one of those when I was young. To ward off evil and bring you luck, she said.
I don't believe in this kind of thing now. But if it makes you feel safe, since you're a total scaredy cat, then I guess it's okay to give you one.
Perhaps at the moment there aren't any words for it. I've never been good with those. But right now I can think in the bestest way. You can be nice when you're trying. How good was that? I close the short distance separating us and give him a light punch on his arm. A gesture familiar in place of phrases one couldn't spin together. Or it's too early to seek out.
See, you
Wrong
can
choice,
be pretty
shake my
nice
head.
when you're trying.
Hey!
I am nice.
When you're sleeping, but thanks for this.
I'm giving him the sassy response.
Don't go losing it. It brings bad luck if you do.
Wait, are you serious?
I knew there was a catch. This asshole.
Yeah, that's what they say.
You did this on purpose, didn't you? Oh, I should have known.
Not entirely. But seriously, if anything happens, tell me. I'll be around.
Before leaving, he waves at me one last time. He's back to teasing me, our usual routine, back to what we're comfortable with. But for all that, I believe in him. I just hope I can keep them safe, keep him safe. A wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling and distinct smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? Dots. What? What have I done? What have I done? Oh, nothing. Cat's name is Berthil. Or at least that's what the caller says. I really missed something. I screwed up. We found a cat, Chet. But it speaks grace, much like the one that carries it. It shows the way he swishes his tail. Nothing happened, Chet. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. It's a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags, nearly bought art materials and groceries. See, we didn't really miss very much then, did we? We just literally bought groceries and that, and then we found the cat. Got it. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought all these at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. Now I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but at home, they're considered ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Not that I've ever acted gracefully in my life, of course. Growing up with a rowdy younger brothers and sisters does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mom used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather than I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company's bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it does bite or cross my path.
Where's your owner, anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's the collar's for, isn't it? A bandage wrapped around one of its paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
I take out a small packet of sweets from one of my bags beside me and pop it open. As I'm about to put one in my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
He doesn't meow again, as I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as yes. I shift a piece to my palm and hold it out to him warily. He sniffs it once, twice before...
Baruthia!
Like a good, properly trained pet, Baruthiel responds as soon as he's called. The recognition comes to my head. Comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Miss McCulloch's! Hard to miss. What with her height?
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you? Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Baruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Baruthiel's a she.
She? All this time I thought, The pause in conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely 2 people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meetings like this don't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Still, trying to be friendly couldn't hurt, right? I'm gonna go talk about her cat. She didn't like that. Should have kept it about the job. Keep my tongue cordial and
I'm
warm.
actually surprised you have a cat, Miss McCullough.
Okay, that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
And why exactly is that? There are a lot of people who have pets.
Yeah, but not a black one. I'm amazed you're taking care
I
of
forgot,
one.
you're an idiot when it comes to
I
cats.
don't understand what you're trying to get at. Is there a problem with my cat?
No, not at all. She's very sweet. Just in other cultures, aren't they a sign of bad luck?
Back at home it is. My grandmother used to tell me stories about
Nothing
it.
has happened to me so far.
Displeasure is evident on her face. Of course it is. That's rude. Yeah. I rack my brain for a way to remedy the situation, but she holds
This is
out
a
a
good
hand.
place to stop and end this conversation, don't you think so?
Okay, she's also
It
rude.
is good to see you again, Santos.
That works. A complete dismissal if I've ever heard one. I watch as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking as if there's something she'd forgotten to
By
say.
the way, about the Ermengarde mansion, with my clients, it's the rights. I mean, I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion. The
letter, the same one I saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I won't tell Miss McCall that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real. She's not gonna believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hasten to pick up all the bags I left on the bench and ran as far as my legs can take me. That moment I'm carrying my hands. What I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house. Of her. Of my own cowardice. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One would think that Someone who has been on a continuous binge of instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable, but it isn't. Hunger isn't what's gnawing at me tonight, neither are my sore muscles. TV runs loudly in the background, but whatever it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. So many words, chat. It distracts you, eats you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home. Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
No. No. This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. Those are your stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone has kept telling me. So why I immediately rush over to my study table and search for my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clinging to it as tightly as it touches edges. A piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick up the device, but I pay it no mind. There are more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I was with her. I was just with her not too long ago, and she was okay. No. It isn't Rose. I'm sure of it. I just talked to her, and a sob escapes me. The hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after another, they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rose's number on my contact list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick it up. She'll tell me to turn down the waterworks and call me a wuss
She'll
afterwards.
Answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial, whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose. Don't do this to me. Please pick up. I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
The TV runs loudly in the background. A deafening static sounds from my phone's speakers, but in my ears I can only hear the screams, her pleas, her whispers. We are not safe. A buzzing sensation jolted me awake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I've heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly I become aware of how awkward my position is, and that the aches accompanying sleep in a curled up position the night before. If I slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. And they say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful, and I should have kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else got involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly. As if, when I look at it, it's calling me back to the sense of normalcy. Check it nonetheless out of habit more than anything else. To all BRC employees, in light of the recent events, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Critical welcome to the stream. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy policies will all be discussed during the meeting, and everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to your recent respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Joan Alice Schultz, BRC HR Manager. If this is one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to our office today. Today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, taking my mind elsewhere. On the other hand, the place itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. I should just... go to work. Yeah. Hold on. Where's the branching tree? Oh. Crazy. Moping won't get me anywhere. It's just like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with it with a smile no matter how bad things get, and hope for the best. Although my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head for the shower. The letter I dropped from last night flutters open as I pass by, unfolding for no one else but me to see. Every word written on it glares back at me. They sneer. They ridicule. Like living beings fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it in my bag, perhaps with more anger and frustration than I'm used to showing. This too I'll deal with. Somehow I'll find a way to make things right. I have to, before it takes more people from me. Even if I must do it on my own. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at BRC, except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone who's present has already heard about Rose. If they missed last night's report, they'd likely see it in the morning news in the papers or on various news sites on the internet. Everywhere is a bit of a reminder. In fact, everyone's giving me a wide berth, as though the mere mention of Rose would be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bigger hole in the place Rose has left. Until after lunch, my boss calls for a meeting. I had to look up for my work to know what it's about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I'd appreciate it more if he shouted at me today.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team, and she will be missed. There's no date for a funeral, yet, but those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the right to papers, and I've been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to anyway if I want to forget. Time flies when you do, and by the time I've given notice give notice, it's already late. Everyone's gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I didn't even know his name. Rose likely does. She remembers people easily like that.
The Luxbourne Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they... Still, I have to check. Frantic, I turn back on my desktop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the office for the better part of my shift as I look through everything. The background about the places, its history, its current owners, and the list of employees hired under BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC might have a lot of staff, but they have a lot of agents hired, but I remember those names anywhere. After all, they're part of the crew that worked on with us on preparing the mansion for the open house. Then the letters... No, it can't be. I hope it's not one
But Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people rose the
I
letter.
need to... No. If it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Evidence doesn't lie. That's often what Ash says, right? If I have proof, then maybe... I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but maybe there's a way I can still save them. The letter, my phone, papers, anything will be useful. I grab all of them and put them in my bag. Can't stay here, there's something I need to do. There's something those people should... The noise just cuts sharply through the room and stops my hand short of cramming a pen into my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
Someone must have left the printer open again. I may be in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, then the person is certainly going to have it fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time, it's Rose who does the nagging, but clicking my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction as I search for the said object. Each stride my feet takes also echoes through the empty workplace. I've lost sight of the janitor minutes ago. With me being the only one, the tapping of my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon will learn to appreciate. It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 pages are already strewn around the ground, the paper trail being left ajar. Sighing, I pick up each of it and put it someplace proper. But the page that greets me makes my blood run cold. The chill that makes its way up my spine is as numbing as the day in the attic. The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my breathing as it rasps through my gritted teeth. But before I can even gather myself, take the first steps out of here, total darkness suddenly envelops me. Just gonna save again, chat. And as if hearing every horrid thought running in my head now, something snaps A soft creak grating through the thin veil of stillness that has descended in the room. Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. It's her. Standing at the only exit of the office, albeit facing away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsightly gait. The same person in the attic. I take a step back. The pen I'm holding slips from my hand, and her entire head turns. Pleasant. Mommy, I don't like this. Yep. A scream almost escapes my mouth, and I duck underneath my table as fast as I can. My head is pounding hard against my chest. I can hear the bone-chilling sounds of her walk, the weird click that follows her, and the telltale squelch of something wet as she walks towards me. Ah! Nearer and nearer. The sounds are getting louder. The only thing that keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand as it covers my mouth. Someone please save me, anyone. I close my eyes, uttering a continuous stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please, please, please don't let her hear me. Hey, chat. What happens if I die?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
And the last lines of my prayer have left me. All that remains is a hush. Although that's not actually the end of the prayer, just saying. None of her footsteps, nor the chilling sound she makes. Only silence. Is it safe? No. No, it's not. Another second passes and when nothing comes. What? Ah! Continue. Okay. So we have to successfully do this. Got it. Oh. Oh shit, this is actually really hard. Are you kidding me?
Forgive us and lead.
Okay, so there's points we can die in the story, and there's points we can't die in the story. Got it, game. The seconds, minutes stretch out before me agonizing. And she's gone. Whose relationship did that just change? Game over. Slowly open my eyes to take a peek. I don't dare move or make a noise. In the face of such terror, I can only beg. Let out a silent please, whoever it is. Please, please don't let her notice. Why is this so actually creepy? I want to live. That's It's a whole new route. Oh, chat. I'm going to love this game. So is this how this is going to go? It's going to go down this entire line. Save again. Let's save again. Oh man, that's excellent. That's so good. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna take a potty break really quick. I'm gonna flip on the BRB screen, and then we're gonna play some Don't Starve. Here in like, we'll say 10 minutes. Give everybody like a nice 10-minute break-a-rooney. Do like a nice little talk, and I'm just not even gonna end the stream. So yeah, see you guys in like